You won't believe where I'm taking you today. I'm leaving this market behind to follow a trade route to the Viking North. This pouch of silver will trade for furs, amber, and iron along the way. This journey takes weeks and crosses entire kingdoms. Those camels are already packed, and my caravan leaves within the hour. I've wanted to make this trip my whole life. These gates are the last thing I'll see of my city for many months. Once we pass through, there's no turning back. The guards check every caravan before it leaves, counting goods and travelers. The road ahead is long and completely unknown to me. The heat out here is unforgiving, and we've been walking since before sunrise. Somewhere north, snow is waiting for me. We wrap ourselves like this to survive sandstorms that come without warning. My grandmother made this same journey once, long ago. Those rocks mark the halfway point of the desert crossing, according to our guide. After this, water becomes much easier to find. This oasis feels like a miracle after days of dust and heat. Tomorrow, the caravan splits, and my real journey north begins. Around this fire tonight, traders are swapping stories about the northern lands I'm heading toward. Every story makes me more excited. This port is where the desert finally ends and the water begins. From here, I trade my camel for a boat. Sailors are loading cargo onto the ship that will carry me across this sea toward the Great River North. I've never sailed open water before. In a few minutes, we push off from this dock for good. Every stop after this takes me further from home. We're rowing against a steady current, and the riverbanks keep changing with every passing hour on this river. It carries me deep into unfamiliar land. Those forests along the bank look nothing like anything back home. The trees grow so dense I can barely see past them. It's getting colder every day we travel north on this river. I packed this cloak for exactly this moment, and I'm already grateful. This boat has carried traders up this river for generations before me. A trading city is waiting where I'll sell half my goods. Mist like this rolls in every morning along this stretch of river. We stop here to repair our gear before the next leg. These birch forests stretch further than anyone in my caravan can describe. It's quiet out here, completely different from my crowded city. Tonight is our last camp before reaching the trading city ahead. I can barely sleep from excitement. I've heard so much about it. This trading city sits exactly where my river route meets merchants from every direction imaginable. Coins pass through more hands than I can count. These furs are worth more up north than back home, so I'm trading carefully. Everyone speaks a different language, yet business still gets done. This city blends so many cultures into one crowded marketplace. I've never seen traders from this many lands standing in one place. From here, my route changes onto a narrower boat heading further north. The next stretch is supposed to be quieter and much colder. This part of the river feels completely untouched, pine forests stretching endlessly on both sides. I haven't seen another traveler in 2 days. Birds like these follow the boat for hours out here, and they're the only company I've had all day. This silence feels nothing like home. The water is getting colder every day, and my guide says that means we're getting close. Ahead, the forest opens into a village. This little village is built entirely from timber, nothing like the mud brick homes back home. Smoke rising from every rooftop means someone's cooking. Children here run around barefoot even in the cold air, laughing at travelers like me passing through. I've finally come far north. A woman here traded me this basket for a handful of spices from home. Moments like this make this journey worth it. This entire town is surrounded by walls built from sharpened timber logs. It feels far more serious, like a real stop on this route. Honey like this is one of the most valuable goods traded along this route. I'm trading almost everything before the final stretch north. Warriors patrol this market constantly since so much wealth passes through here daily. I feel completely safe among strangers speaking languages I barely understand. From this town, traders say the next stretch means carrying our boats overland. Exhausting, but apparently the only way to reach the next river. We're literally dragging this entire boat over land using logs as rollers. Nobody warned me how exhausting this part of the journey would be. Every trader on this route has to help drag boats through this clearing. My arms ache, but somehow everyone around me is laughing. Just past those trees, the next river begins, and this brutal portage finally ends. From there, water carries us toward the sea. This port connects traders from lands I can't even name to the northern seas ahead. My caravan splits here, and I'm on my own. Sailors are loading the last of my goods onto a ship heading toward the fjords. Everyone warns me this sea can turn dangerous fast. This is the final ship of my entire journey, and my hands won't stop shaking. Somewhere across this sea, a village is waiting for me. Waves out here hit completely differently than anything on the river earlier. I understand now why sailors respect this sea so much. Those cliffs rising from the water mean we're finally approaching the fjords. I've heard about this place my whole life, and it's stunning. This spray hits constantly, and my clothes haven't been dry in hours. None of that matters, because my destination is finally just ahead. Look at this harbor. Villagers are already gathering to see what this ship brought. I finally reached the village at the end of my route. Those wooden longhouses on the hill are unlike anything I've seen this entire journey. Nothing compares to actually standing here in person. I'm carrying spices, silver, and stories from a place most people here have never heard of. Trade only works when someone travels this far. This entire village survives on trading routes exactly like the one I just completed. Tomorrow, I get to see how people actually live here. Look at this loom. They're weaving the sail for the ship leaving soon. Every thread takes hours, and it has to survive open sea. Spinning wool into thread like this takes a skill I clearly don't have yet. These women have been laughing at my attempts for minutes. This hall stays warm even in the coldest months because of that constant hearth fire. Weaving happens here daily, no matter the weather. This fabric will eventually become part of the sail carrying that longship across open sea. It's strange something this soft survives such weather. Every piece of clothing in this village starts exactly here, with wool spun by hand. I've never appreciated fabric this much before today. This dragon head will sit on the very front of the longship once finished. Carvers say it protects the ship from evil spirits. Every single line in this wood is carved completely by hand, no shortcuts. It's taken the carver weeks to finish just this section. Shavings like these cover the entire workshop floor by the end of every day. The smell of fresh cut wood fills this whole building. These patterns aren't just decoration, they actually tell stories about this village's history. I could stare at this carving for hours and still notice more. This carver has been doing this exact work since he was younger than me. Skills like this get passed down for generations here. Sparks are flying everywhere in this forge, and it's a little terrifying to stand this close. The blacksmith barely even notices anymore. Nails like this one aren't used on the longship, since the planks get lashed together instead. This one is going toward tools for the voyage. Every single tool on this wall was made right here by hand over the years. This forge basically keeps the whole village running. I didn't expect to leave this forge covered in soot, but here we are. Watching iron get shaped like this is fascinating. This hall is being prepared for a feast tonight, right before the ship departs. Long tables like this one will be completely full soon. Mead horns like this one get passed around during every celebration in this village. Tonight, everyone celebrates and says goodbye to the crew. Those shields belong to warriors joining tomorrow's voyage across the sea. Seeing them hanging here makes this whole departure feel real to me. This hearth has been burning constantly since I arrived in this village days ago. Tonight, it burns even brighter with the whole hall filling up. Bread like this gets baked specifically for feast nights like tonight's farewell gathering. Everyone contributes something, and this village feels... These sheep provide the wool for everything woven inside that hall I visited earlier. Farming here moves on a completely different rhythm. This fence separates the village fields from the forest just beyond it. Farmers here wake before sunrise daily, no matter the weather. Those goats somehow climb terrain that looks almost impossible from down here. This village depends completely on land like this. How this soil feeds an entire village through winters that sound genuinely brutal from what I've heard. Farming and shipbuilding keep this community alive. This hull is built plank by plank, no nails holding it straight, just skill passed down for generations. Workers have been building this longship for months before I even arrived in this village. Every plank gets fitted perfectly before the next one. These planks overlap each other in a way that keeps the entire ship completely watertight. This technique has been used in this region for centuries. Rope like this holds the entire structure together, where nails simply won't work. Nothing about building a ship this size looks easy at all. Wood chips cover everything around this shipyard by the middle of every day. Watching this ship come together has honestly been my favorite part. This hull is almost completely finished now, just days before it sails into open water. I genuinely can't believe I get to watch this. Provisions like this crate are being loaded onto the ship for the entire voyage ahead. Everything has to last for weeks without any restock. Those barrels are filled with fresh water and preserved food for the crew ahead. Loading a ship this size takes an entire village working together. Shields like this one are being carried aboard alongside all the regular supplies. This voyage clearly isn't just about trading, but protecting the crew too. This exact ship carried me through my imagination the whole time I watched it being built. Now it's finally sitting here, fully loaded and ready. The entire village has come down to this beach to help with these final preparations. Everyone has a role, and the energy is absolutely electric. That sail was woven inside the hall I visited earlier this very week. Seeing it raised for the first time is genuinely emotional for me. This entire village is gathering on the shore right now to say goodbye to the crew. Moments like this show why this journey matters so much. Torches are being lit as the evening light starts fading over this beach. Farewell gatherings like this happen every time a ship leaves this village. Families are embracing right now, some not knowing when they'll see each other again. Voyages like this can take months, sometimes even longer. This water has carried traders, warriors, and travelers like me for generations before tonight. Someone from this village just gave me this as a memory of my time here. Gifts like this mean more to me than anything I traded. I didn't expect to feel this emotional saying goodbye to a village I only just met. This journey has completely changed how I see the world. The ship is finally pulling away from shore, and that village is getting smaller behind us. This moment is what this whole journey built toward. I'm waving back at everyone still standing on that beach. This goodbye feels just as powerful as every moment before. Look at this sunrise spreading across the open water in front of us right now. After everything from that first market, this view feels earned. This trip took me through deserts, rivers, forests, and finally straight across the open sea itself. I didn't expect to feel this attached to it. Somewhere past this horizon, an entirely new chapter of this trading route is waiting for me. This is the moment I hope to share with you. Thank you for following this journey with me from start to finish today. I can't wait to bring you along next time, so come back soon.